Welcome to survivethegword.com. My name is Dornessa Harris. My team and I know that your primary reason for visiting is to find out how you and your family can survive gentrification. We are residents of gentrifying areas who are simply people helping other people. Before I get started, I want to tell you a little bit about myself and why I started this journey. Up until the end of 2010, I worked for myself from home. To keep the story short, I'm going to jump right to the part of my life story for the purpose of this presentation. As I was working for myself, I never found too much time to look into healthcare. I either didn't think that much about it, or when I did, I actually put it off. Wouldn't you know, in the beginning of November of 2010, I found myself in the emergency room of a well-known hospital with a blood infection called sepsis, which could have been fatal. It caused my limbs to fail. I couldn't walk and I couldn't raise my left arm. Once diagnosed, I was immediately rushed to the operating room to flush the infection out of my system. The doctors told me if the infection had reached my heart, I would no longer be here. While in the emergency room, I had not been diagnosed yet. Everyone just knew I could no longer walk and I couldn't raise my hand. A woman came to me with a form and asked me to sign it. As I started to read, I saw that it was regarding my assets. She interrupted my reading and stated, "Don't worry about it. I'll fill it out later." Of course, I told her no. The woman took the form and told me that someone would come and speak with me about it later and left. She didn't even leave a copy for me to review. From the quick glance that I had, I knew that it was regarding my assets. Remember, I was uninsured at the time. After spending nearly 2 months in the hospital, no one came to discuss the form with me, and I never saw it again. Now, if this happened to me, how many people do you think the hospital has done this to? And how many people do you think would have actually signed this document? Hospital staffs are usually trusted figures of authority. Therefore, a lot of people simply comply. While lying in my medical bed in my living room, I saw elderly people who had lost their homes due to property taxes that were less than $1,000. I saw stories of low-income residents being displaced throughout the city. I started to think about the low-income projects that were being demolished and replaced with single-family homes in my neighborhood. I started to wonder, where did all the residents who once occupied these projects go? The scene of the hospital started to play in my head over and over and over again. As I started to get out more, I really began to notice how much the city had changed. Neighborhoods that were once 100% African American or Hispanic now had an influx of wealthier people and a nightlife that was unbelievable. I started watching news videos on YouTube regarding gentrification. I had never heard of the word. My heart began to ache with the desire to assist residents to prepare themselves for what had began to take over the city. I created survivethegword.com. Initially, it was a seminar. Today, in addition, I've created an online library of videos to teach residents how they can prepare to survive gentrification. I started survivethegword.com to start a movement to eliminate the displacement of longtime residents from the District of Columbia and urban cities across the United States. Its primary goal is to prepare and arm residents with the tools they need to survive gentrification. The Survive the G Word team is comprised of residents of the District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia, who are concerned with the fate of residents who are being displaced, losing their homes across the United States. We are dedicated to educating communities in an effort to help retain, maintain, and restore our own communities. We are not financial educators. We are not attorneys. We are simply passing information that we've acquired. If you own your own home and you think you're safe, think again. For those of you who would like more information on how you could arm yourself and protect what you or your family members have worked your entire lives for, please complete the form below. Then confirm your email to receive access to our online library.